fellow Americans and other friends and subscribers around the world. Miss Kitty, or actually Miss Kitty, she came out to film it. But standing here talking to Kevin D, and I just cleared this tarp off to get to this motorcycle, because this video is actually going to be about different ways to make money on the homestead. But lo and behold, man, I'm standing here talking to my boy, and I looked down and I thought, dude, well, there's some morels. Looky there, man. One, two, and then I got a third one popping up here. And that's pretty dang cool. This is we're what, 1,000 feet lower or 2,000 feet lower than our patch?
About 1,000.
About 1,000 feet. We've actually found some other ones on our property. You know, not tons of them, but I think last year we probably found 20.
Yeah, and we always, when we clean our morels, the water that we use and the cutoffs and everything, we always try and keep on the property.
Right. Pour all the water, the stuff with the spores, and any cutoffs and all that we spread around. And there's actually a video of a guy and he shows his kids and stuff, and they go around their property, and they've tried to cultivate morels for years and years and years, and you can't cultivate them. That's one of the reasons they demand the price that they do on them. Yeah. But you can end up spreading the spores. They just can't grow them. You know how they grow them out of bags, and they grow them all these ways, and they can't get morels to do that. But these people spread this, what do they call it, sludge or...
not mold.
I can't remember what he was
slurry.
Slurry, yeah, you make a slurry. You know, we've actually watched videos on making these slurries, and we've made a few close to their slurries and stuff. And like I said, mostly we just throw the things in our... You know, man, I've spread so many spores over in our garden beds and stuff over here, but never had one there. And lo and behold, you know, this could have came from there or whatever. Yeah. And that was that video that we were watching, the same thing, man. They spread the slurry all over and said that, like the one guy was saying, he put them in this, you know, this gardening bed or whatever. And lo and behold, about 20 feet away, they were popping up out in his yard. So you just can't control them. No. Anyway, I'm going to go back over to the bench over there and show what this video was really going to be about. But morels are popping. Morels take over everything.
Yeah. We'll get back to the motorcycle after we work on the other project then?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, so what this video today was really going to be about is how to make a few extra bucks on your homestead with either junk you have laying around or junk you pick out at the other, you know, farms and homesteads and stuff like that at their sales, or we do a lot of bartering and trading, you know. So anyway, this old steel, I should have showed it before I took it apart. Man, it's an old steel FS85 Pro, you know, straight shaft, and it ran. You know, it had some, definitely needed, you can see it wasn't taken care of all that great, but we picked this up last year at the end of the season, picked this up at a yard sale for $5 or $10. I brought it home, you know, and made sure, man, it ran and all that stuff. And you know, I've got a weed eater, nice weed eater, so I don't need another weed eater. And then I picked up another one I picked up as a Echo too, but I haven't checked the parts on that. But instead of trying to sell the whole thing, you know, and I could have put it all on Craigslist and stuff, but I probably could have got, I don't know, maybe 40 or 50 bucks on Craigslist for it. But if you tear it apart, and this is something I've been doing since I started doing, I was tearing motorcycles apart and stuff back before we even did eBay. I used to sell the parts and stuff out of the nickel paper. So this, I'm tearing it all apart, and like I said, I paid $10. This right here is bringing 25 bucks on eBay, you know, so I'll clean it up, and then I always add the screws, you know, as a bonus. Most people don't. It's just this, but I mean, I ain't. And then they put their screws together and sell them miscellaneous, but I'd rather keep them with what they go to. And I won't go through all the prices, but I did. It kind of blew my mind. Just the trigger mechanism right here is 20 bucks. So, I mean, this right here is going to more than double my money, and then I got all the parts. The tank, I need to clean it up. You know, it's a little greasy and all that, and the head, you know, and it's all working. Like this one's got a screw sheared off, so you got to make sure you tell them and stuff like that in there. But I'll tear this thing completely all the way down and just part it out. And just out of this, guesstimating, so I paid $5 or $10, I can't exactly remember, and I would guesstimate that I'll probably, I'd guess $200 to $250 probably out of that. Uh-oh, it's my boy again. All right, cut. All right, another thing that you can make pretty good money on off the Homestead. Like I said, I used to do it all the way back when I was putting them in the nickel papers and the on Craigslist and all that. After that took off, actually when Craigslist took off, we were already doing eBay. But I've sold thousands and thousands of dollars worth of motorcycle parts, and this one in particular, when I picked it up, bought this at a yard sale. I think I paid $250. And when I picked it up, you know, they'd parked it and it had sat out in the rain, and they said it was runny and everything. It was just more than the girl wanted to contend with. It scared her. So I got it. I was going to use it to run my fence lines, and I brought it home and, you know, started messing with it. And I should have checked more on the clutch and everything and tried to get it for cheaper, because what ended up happening is it sat out in the weather for a winter and it seized up the clutch and everything. And I mean, I couldn't get it to free. I did get it to start up and run, so the motor's good, so I'll be able to sell the motor. And you know, it was a tough month or whatever, and decided to, instead of trying to put more money or anything into it, because man, we bought it right at, you know, we thought it was going to just be turnkey, and you know, by the time I messed around with it, we were almost done with the fence line for the year. So I ended up sold the seat pans, sold the, you know, the speedometers and the tack and all the easy stuff, which that stuff sells amazing. And now I'm going to start tearing it apart and selling fenders and shocks and frames and, you know, everything. And I won't guesstimate on what, but I should get the motor. I should get probably about $300 for. So just another thing that you can pull on your Homestead, whether you got old bikes out in the thing. I mean, bicycles too, man. Like I said, I used to redo a lot of the old bicycles and have made a lot of money on old bikes, especially, of course, Schwinn's and even the old Western Flyers and stuff like that. So, man, there's just another way. There's always ways to make a few extra bucks around the Homestead. That way you got more time to do some gardening. Like go out and plant trees is what I'm planning and hoping to do this evening. Are you trying to get right in on my face, Miss Kitty?
Sure, handsome.
Sure is pretty with no hair. All right, well, good Lord willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll be back again real soon. We're going to do, the next one will probably be another mushroom hunting video, because we're going to go on another mountain, another direction. Can't give out the directions, man. Up No Tell'em Creek. How do you get there? You go up No Tell'em Road. We'll see you tomorrow.